Hi, Pastor Mark Jeske here for Time of Grace. I'm here at the Cinco restaurant on the street right where I live, about a block or two away from my home. And it looks a little empty now, but on May 5th, on Cinco de Mayo, this place is going to be jumping. I don't know if that's part of your annual list of things to do, but I'll tell you what, in my city, it is a big deal. And the restaurants, especially all of the Hispanic and Mexican restaurants, are going to be packed. I guess for a lot of people, it's especially Anglos like me, it's sort of like St. Patrick's Day. It's a day to pretend to be Irish, where you drink some Guinness and you kind of eat corned beef and sing Irish songs. And maybe this is just a day to drink Coronas or have a margarita, and that's as far as it goes. But I would encourage you to kind of dig a little deeper. Do you know the real significance of the 5th of May? It's not Mexican Independence Day. That doesn't come until September. But it's a day that resonates with everybody of Hispanic and especially Mexican heritage. I think this is an interesting and even urgent issue for you and me, and especially if you're Anglo like me, to dig into, because immigration, whether legal or illegal, is such a big deal. It's a permanent issue in American politics. Really, any nation's politics, even if you're Canadian, it's a big deal. Immigration's a big deal there as well. What do you make of new people coming to this country in large numbers? Well, what happens is that the majority, meaning the people whose tribe or race happens to be in the numerical majority, usually ignores minorities and see only negatives. And they see things, for instance, in the African American community, and what leaps to the front are negatives, things that people don't like. And that same thing can happen when the people of the majority race look at, say, a minority culture. Even the word minority suggests that it somehow is lesser. It was my privilege and unique opportunity to have lived in Mexico for a little while and live in Colombia as well. And I learned so much, and would encourage you to use this as a learning opportunity as well. That Cinco de Mayo can be an opportunity for you to dig into the positives of this great migration of Hispanic peoples to North America, to the America del Norte, as it's called. And what you will find is a rich culture with amazing history, a pre-Columbus story and civilization that were far greater, larger, and wealthier than any of the pre-Columbian civilizations here in North America. You will find a culture that celebrates family and that is intensely loyal to its family. You will find great art, very distinct, very different from the art in North America, but passionate and interesting. You will also find great food and great stories and great music. And if you just do a little bit of digging, you can get past the stereotypes of what you may see on the news or in the papers, and you can appreciate the Hispanic culture, and especially Mexican culture, for not something that is a minority, something that is less, but it has its own riches, and you can welcome immigrants to add the treasuries of their culture and their stories to ours, and help America just continue to grow and gather more. It's more, not less. It's also very encouraging to me that there is such a strong Christian presence in Latin America. And if you're a Christian like me, that's good news that the people coming to live here love Jesus too. So, do you know what the 5th of May really is? If I might save you the trouble of looking it up. It's a tremendous military triumph from an undermanned and outgunned Mexican army holding off a French invasion during the time of the American Civil War, trying not to become a colony once again. And this undermanned army, actually in the city of Puebla, actually held off this vastly superior French army, and was a great moral victory and a source of great pride to everyone in Mexico. For Time of Grace, I'm Pastor Mark Jeske, celebrating Cinco de Mayo in advance here at Cinco restaurant.